Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now. Let's dive right into it because, folks, the NFL offseason is never quiet for long, and this year it's been especially intense for the Pittsburgh Steelers. One of the biggest stories that's been dominating discussions, and I mean everywhere, is the decision, or perhaps more accurately, the controversy surrounding the Steelers' apparent refusal to sign one of the most high-profile quarterbacks in the league right now, Aaron Rodgers. You've probably heard the rumors, the speculations, and maybe even some of the heated debates online, but today we're going to analyze the situation in depth and try to understand what's really happening behind the scenes. So let's set the scene. The Steelers, under head coach Mike Tomlin, have always been known for their resilience, their strong defense, and their ability to find hidden gems in the draft. But when it comes to quarterbacks, the franchise has historically been a bit more conservative, relying heavily on their homegrown talent and strategic drafting. That's been their MO for decades. But as the NFL has evolved into a league where having an elite quarterback can make or break your chances, many fans and analysts have looked at the Steelers and wondered whether they're missing an opportunity to push into that next level. And one name that's been front and center in that conversation is Aaron Rodgers, the four-time NFL MVP, known for his incredible arm talent, his football IQ, and his ability to elevate any offense he's part of. Now here's where it gets interesting. Reports emerged that the Steelers, despite their interest, decided not to pursue Rodgers, or at least not to sign him, and that decision has sparked a firestorm of controversy. Some say it's a smart move. After all, Rodgers is 39 years old and coming off a somewhat tumultuous season with the Jets. Others argue that it's a massive missed opportunity, a chance to bring in a proven winner and a future Hall of Famer to boost the team's Super Bowl chances. But what's truly behind the Steelers' decision? Well, it seems that the leadership, especially head coach Mike Tomlin and the team's general manager Omar Khan, opted for a different path. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Why would the Steelers, a team with a rich history of success, pass up a chance to add a quarterback of Rodgers' caliber? Well, that's the million-dollar question, and the truth is there are several factors at play. First, let's talk about the age factor. Rodgers is nearing 40, and while he's still playing at an elite level, the Steelers might have concerns about the longevity and the long-term investment in such a player. Plus, they might have had reservations about the style of offense Rodgers prefers, or maybe the financial implications of a big contract. Remember, the Steelers are known for their strict salary cap management, and perhaps they saw other priorities on their roster, or maybe they simply believed in their current quarterback room, Kenny Pickett in particular, and wanted to see how he would develop over the next season. But here's where the controversy kicks in. The decision not to sign Rodgers, especially when the opportunity was there, has led many to question the leadership's judgment. For fans who have watched the Steelers struggle at times with offensive consistency, the idea of adding a quarterback of Rodgers' caliber seemed like an obvious upgrade. It was seen as a move that could propel the team into serious Super Bowl contention, especially considering the team's solid defense and young core. So many are now wondering if this decision could come back to bite them, if it could be the reason that the Steelers might fall short of their championship aspirations this year. Let's not forget, Mike Tomlin is one of the most respected coaches in the NFL, with a reputation for getting the best out of his players and maintaining a competitive team year after year. But even the most experienced coaches face difficult decisions, and sometimes those decisions aren't popular. Tomlin's leadership will be heavily scrutinized if the Steelers don't perform as expected in the upcoming season. The same goes for Omar Khan, the team's GM, whose job is to put together a roster capable of winning now and in the future. The fact that they didn't pursue Rodgers could be seen as a gamble, one that might pay off if Kenny Pickett develops into a franchise quarterback, or one that could backfire if the team's offense struggles without an elite passer. Now, it's important to understand that this isn't just about one player or one decision. It's about a philosophy, a strategic approach that the Steelers are taking. They're betting on their current roster, on the development of their young players, and on the potential of their existing quarterback, Kenny Pickett. And make no mistake, Pickett has shown flashes of brilliance and potential. He's a talented player with a strong arm, good mobility, and a competitive mindset. But the question remains, is he ready to lead this team to the promised land? That's what everyone's asking as we head into the offseason, and the decision not to chase Rodgers has only intensified that debate. Meanwhile, the media and fans alike are dissecting every move, every comment, and every report. Some see this as a calculated move by the Steelers' front office, a sign that they believe in their internal development process. Others see it as a mistake, a missed window of opportunity that could haunt them down the line. The division rivals, especially teams like the Cincinnati Bengals and Baltimore Ravens, are already taking note. They see this as a chance to capitalize on the Steelers' perceived weakness at quarterback and to gain an edge in the AFC North. And let's talk about the AFC North for a moment because, folks, this division is one of the most competitive and unpredictable in the league. The Bengals have Joe Burrow, who's emerging as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL today. The Ravens have Lamar Jackson, a dynamic playmaker who can change the game on every snap. Browns with Deshaun Watson are also vying to take a step forward after a tumultuous couple of seasons. So where do the Steelers fit into all of this? Well, that's the big question, and it all hinges on their quarterback situation. If Kenny Pickett can develop into a top-tier player, if their offense can improve, then perhaps they can still contend. But if they miss out on that elite quarterback, whether through injury, inconsistency, or a lack of upgrades, their Super Bowl dreams could be dashed. Now I want to bring in some recent stats to give you a clearer picture. Last season, the Steelers finished with a record of 9-8, narrowly missing out on the playoffs. Their defense, as always, was among the best in the league, ranking in the top 5 in points allowed and yards allowed. TJ Watt, their superstar linebacker, once again proved why he's considered one of the best defenders in the NFL, but on offense, there were struggles. Kenny Pickett showed promise, throwing for over 300 yards and 7 touchdowns in his rookie season, but he also had a lot of turnovers and inconsistencies. The team lacked a true game-changing quarterback, and many believed that adding someone like Rodgers could have given them that extra edge. So what does the future hold? Well, the Steelers are now in a bit of a waiting game. They're banking on their current roster, on the development of their young talent, and on the coaching staff's ability to scheme and adapt. But the pressure is mounting. Fans are impatient, and the media is dissecting every move. The decision not to pursue Rodgers has become a defining storyline of the offseason, and it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Will Kenny Pickett become the franchise quarterback everyone hopes he can be? Or will the Steelers regret not making a bold move when the opportunity was there? As we look ahead, there's plenty to be excited about, but also a lot of questions. The AFC North is only getting tougher, and the Steelers will need to be at their best if they want to compete at the highest level. The leadership, especially Tomlin and Khan, will be under the spotlight, and their decisions now could shape the franchise's future for years to come. The NFL is a league of opportunity, and sometimes the boldest moves are the ones that define a team's legacy. Whether the Steelers made the right choice or not, only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, the passion, the drama, and the quest for that elusive Super Bowl ring are what make this league so incredible. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all of this? Do you believe that the team made a mistake by not pursuing Aaron Rodgers, or do you trust the strategy that Tomlin and Khan are employing? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us, and it certainly matters to the Steelers organization. We love seeing your passion and your insights, so don't hold back. Remember, this offseason is just the beginning, and we're all in this together, riding the roller coaster of NFL excitement. I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and behind-the-scenes info, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. The journey to another Super Bowl run continues, and we're here to cover it all, from every game, every decision, and every moment that defines this incredible franchise. Thanks for sticking with me, Steelers fans, and as always, keep the faith, keep the passion, and let's go Steelers.